guys, thanks for tuning in. Did you know that as you age, you lose your balance if you don't train it? The BOSU Ball is a fantastic way to train your balance, to bring balance back into the body so that your deep muscles are working as well as your big muscles. It's a really versatile and easy tool to have at home. And I'm going to take you through some of the basic things you can do on a BOSU ball and how you can integrate it into your workout so that you're really nailing that balance side of things. Sometimes we think we're getting really good at something and then we get on the BOSU ball and we realize actually we can't do a basic squat on a BOSU ball without any weight. And that's an indication that your body might be out of balance and using some of those kind of larger muscle groups instead of using some of those more deeper stability muscle groups, which help us with movement and they help us move throughout the day efficiently and in our sport. The BOSU ball was originally designed for athletes, and when they saw how great the benefits were and the outcomes, they started to seep into gyms, and now they're really, really popular. So as I said, there's a lot of things you can do. You can buy smaller BOSU balls. You can buy larger ones. There are other copies. If you've got them at home and you're just working out on your own, I really think you can get any type. I wouldn't go for the super expensive one. The really expensive BOSU balls are, the quality of them is really high. So when you're a trainer or you're someone who owns a gym and you have people on them all the time, it's really important to have that nice durable quality material so that, it doesn't, so it lasts the distance. If you've just got one at home, I recommend to my clients to just get anything. You can get the cheapest one. And if you really love it and you work out on it all the time, then by all means, you can purchase something that's more expensive. So with the BOSU ball, you want to make sure it's pumped up so that it's fairly firm, so that the sort of less pumped it is, like mine's a little bit squidgy, actually makes it harder, because that means that balancing on it is going to be way harder than it is if it's more pumped up. Now, I get people to do this with bare feet because I think that it's really important to get the proprioception through your feet and like learning how to balance on it properly with the hands and the feet without shoes. So you can kneel on the BOSU ball, you can stand on it. I get people to start on their knees because it's a little less, less fearful. When you're standing, you've got further to fall. But you can just come up onto your knees and take your feet off the floor so that you're just balancing. So what we want to try to find is a really relaxed state in the body. And the BOSU ball is a perfect environment for you to find that really relaxed state in your body where you're not tensing up your muscles and trying to get as maximum effort out of your body. It's about trying to actually be as effortless as you can. So you just start on top and you see if you can just relax your entire body, and you'll notice that you actually probably feel a bit wobbly, and that's your body's adopting the rigidity strategy, which is where we try to recruit everything in our body to do a very simple task. But when we do that, we become rigid and then we have less balance. So balance requires relaxation. So we want to try to be really relaxed and just let the body go. Once we can do that, we can start to add in different things. I might decide to do my bicep curls, my arm raises, I can do shoulder presses, and I can do all of those on this balanced surface. And I'm obviously going to start really light with my weights, because when I add load to my body on an unstable surface, I'm going to be more likely to be rigid. So I want to gradually increase that load. But it's a really great way to kind of fire up those deeper muscles in the body and then sort of layer it and start to add load without completely losing the balance side of things. We can also use the ball as like if we're doing planking, you can take yourself into a nice plank position here, and you'll notice that because of the instability of the ball, I'm having to work right and left constantly. so that it's bringing in a little bit of my rotational muscles. It's not so stable. So you can go on your elbows. You can come up and do it on your hands if you want to have a little bit more work through that grip strength. Yeah, you can do your push-ups on the ball. So you can pretty much do anything you like on the ball, and you can do it on the dome side or the flat side. And it really just matters, what you're trying to achieve. So if you are trying to work a little bit more stability and work how to control an area of your body, the dome side is great because it's so unstable that it requires you to find control. So when something's feeling out of control, the only way we can stop moving around and flopping around is by finding control in the body and being in control of that dome. The flat side is also really good for balance, and you can stand on it. We can put our hands on it and work this way, being in control of the ball. It's a little bit easier on the flat side because the flat side's obviously a more stable surface and the dome is beneath us. So I would recommend, giving the flat, if you're doing any standing work or if you're going to, start on the hands or anything, start on the flat side and just kind of build your confidence that way and work into it that way. And then you can flip it around to the other side. Any standing work you do, always start with a wall next to you so you have some sort of stable surface that you can hold on to. Nearly 100% of people I put on the BOSU ball always start really wobbly, and that's mainly your body being put in an unfamiliar environment and it just sort of, having a little bit of a kind of like, oh, where am I? It's unstable and I've never done this before. And some people adapt really quickly, but others that maybe have, instability in the body, like if you have knee or hip injuries or anything like that where you've got an unstable area of the body, it can take a little bit longer for your body to adapt. So have a wall nearby, do all your work near a wall so that when you're balancing, you have something to hold on to, and then you can progress to, standing away from the wall. You can obviously use it for all of your abdominal work. So when we're working abdominals here, it's a really great way to get that upper ab connection. So I prefer using the BOSU ball than doing crunches on the floor. I think that it supports the body in a way that the lower back is being supported, and then there's you're able to curl through that upper body and get that crunch position without kind of putting any pressure on the lower back. So I'm sitting on the edge there and then just allowing myself to relax backwards so that you're getting that nice movement in the spine and getting that connection up through the top of the abs. You can jump on the BOSU ball. There's lots of things you can do, but where I would work it into your workouts is to have it as part of a warm-up to really balance out the body. If someone has been feeling really stressed, then the BOSU ball is a great way to bring them back into their body. So if you find you've had a crazy day but you want to work out, start on the BOSU ball, do some balancing, do something that brings you back into your body, and then you can go and do the rest of your workout. And then you might decide to hop on top and then do a little stretch as well, where you just do your hamstring and back stretches where you're rolling up and down. The ball gives you that lift, so if you're tight, then you're not sinking into the lower back. You're able to lift up out of the back, and you're able to get the most effective stretch you can on the ball. I also use it for the pigeon, which a lot of you would know from yoga moves, but sometimes when you're really tight, getting down the floor is really hard. The BOSU ball gives you that little lift, so you're off the ground, and then you can relax forward over your leg that way. So it really is a great tool for you to use as a balance tool. You can shove it under the bed. It's easy to store at home. If you have any questions about the BOSU ball or how to integrate it into your workout, then please drop it in the comments. I would love to connect, and good luck.